Good morning, everyone. It's one of those days, and nothing seems to be going right. I solved the internet issue, and then my laptop starts making noise, so I don't know what's going on. Um, I doesn't look good. Let me just check. Ah, so annoying, these things. Let me check how bad the sound is. Ah, so annoying, these things. How bad the sound. Okay, so it doesn't. You guys don't hear the laptop. Um, Something's off, but we'll see. We'll just give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Nothing I can change about it right now. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, messy yesterday, huh? Yeah, it was very messy. I totally agree. Now, as our trader mentioned, the OPEX, maybe there's a relation to it. We have to keep an eye on that because it might be. Because I also noticed with the 10-year bond auction, the day of the 10-year bond auction, it's always very nasty price action until 1, sometimes even the whole day. So, these little things might be of influence. It's good to know, right? Hey, Wax Graham, how are you? I'm sorry I'm late. I seem to still have some issues, so apologies, guys, if still things are not working correctly. It's just one of those days. Whatever you do, it just, you're behind. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone noticed yesterday that we were literally playing around in the opening range gap literally all day. We went below it at 12:30 and back into it at 3:30. You see that? So, but the whole day it was just hovering around, and then it went back up. So the whole morning was just opening range gap. Yeah, I'm not. I'm annoyed a little bit because of the internet issues and nothing is going well. So what happened to me yesterday on my live account, guys? Full transparency. So I wanted to trade, and I thought I had my I thought it was there my model, but it wasn't obviously, and they changed the margins. But what happened when I was in my trade, the margin changed, and I wasn't aware, so I couldn't close my trade. So my loss got larger than I was supposed to do. So I didn't lose my account, but obviously the margin has gone just below a certain amount. So I can't trade, for example, NQ anymore because they have changed the margin. So I can still trade ES, but it sort of sucks because I really wanted to, with the small account, those are the downsides of starting with a smaller account. You have to be more aware of those little things. But it will all be sorted. But it's just something that happened to me, and also I didn't know. I wasn't aware about those margins that they were so close, especially with NQ, around that $1,000 mark. So they changed it to, I don't know what it was, but I think it went up to just above that. It was below 1,000, and then it went up above 1,000 since yesterday. Apparently, my broker told me. Um, can't you go to and use MNQ? I trade MNQ, but I always chart on NQ. Um, I always chart on NQ because I do both. It depends on if I trade my evals or but I do have another chart with M and Q. I look at them, but I prefer to chart on NQ. Yeah. So because I need my continuous contracts for some specific things that I use. But I do have other charts open where I go to the monthly contract as well and to the M and Q. But I can't show everything. But I'll swap around. But we'll keep it on NQ. But yeah, I'm not gonna change to M and Q on screen for the basic price action. But anyway, guys, so I was actually bullish yesterday, even though I saw price action was bearish. I was actually aiming for what was that level again? Where was my level? We might go there now, but I thought we were doing that yesterday, so obviously that didn't work. Let me see, where's my? I don't think you can hear that humming sound of my laptop, right? I don't hope it's bothering you guys. Yeah, so I had 25.30. No, it is Wax Graham. It is an M&Q account. It is if you only have $1,000 account, it's only the micros. So it's already a micro account. So you cannot trade. You don't have margin for a when you have an NQ account, you have to open up account. I think at least $10,000. Don't go under 10,000. But I just want to show. I just want to show that the purpose of my own account was to show how to trade a small account and build it up. But this margin thing, it changed yesterday, I guess, with the geopolitical news, and I just wasn't aware. So you always have to be aware. That's something now I learned. Always be aware of the margin. And it does say, but it doesn't update all the time. You need to refresh. But you have to be aware, and especially with geopolitical, always, take into account that it can change around these times, and I did not do that. But anyway, we'll pick it up at some point. I have to. I'm thinking not putting any money back into it and just trade it back up with MES and MYM or something. But I will do that, but not in this week because everything is so uncertain with the upcoming war. I made a mistake yesterday, and I got punished for it, and I shouldn't have traded at all. So my bad. But so. My live account is underwater. I have not enough margin to trade NQ out of it, so I have to find a way. And oh, you don't have a clue, guys. I'm just coming up here and asking you guys what to. No, I'm just joking. Well, hey, no, I do like to have your opinions of the market. But Wax Graham, if I refer to my Edge Clear account, it's M&Q or MES or MYM. Whatever. So yeah, we'll get it back. I mean, I just have to be creative with it. I don't want to put money in. I really want to punish myself for the mistake that I made. Like, okay, you know what? I wasn't aware. I fell in a trap also of over trading a little bit. I should have stopped, and I did not, and I got punished severely for it. So yeah, so we'll find a way. No worries. Well, but not this week. It's not the week, and it's Friday. So, but so you guys noticed, right? I mean, if you look at the price, let's go over the. I mean, guys. Hey, listen, you can make a lot of money with MNQ. You can easily have 3 to 5. Hey, Star Trader. Star Trader, you were the one about the OPEX, right? I think you mentioned the OPEX yesterday. So it was a bad day. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. The OPEX is not mentioned in Forex Factory. So how do we find the OPEX dates? Because I think it might be a significant thing we have to keep an eye on. If it's OPEX days, we might, So let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, so let's, again, how can we predict this price action, right? You just don't want to trade it. I mean, it's just, so if you're in the opening range gap still after a specific time, let's say after 10 o'clock, it is not really, maybe even after 10:30, I mean, then it's just really like you just close your charts and you just don't come back until, I guess, the afternoon session. You look again at midnight, at noon, and it was just creating liquidity all the way down. And but even here, you think at 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock was to move down. People couldn't get tricked. Maybe that would go down further, and then it went back up. So yeah, actually the good trade was at 14:45 back up. But then before that, I don't think there was anything good to trade. It was just very wicky, and I actually was aiming for the midnight as well, but obviously I thought it would happen much sooner, and it did not. It tagged midnight at 11:15, and from there on it just went down in a very in a annoying way. But I think if you have price action like this and it doesn't reach midnight all day, you just don't expect too much also afterwards. The opening range gap always gives you a lot of information. Hey, Company Menka, yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed today with all the internet issues, and I just mentioned in the chat that my live account is under margin. I can only pay, the margin changed yesterday apparently because of the geopolitical news, and during a trade it lowered the margin, or higher actually, but and then I couldn't get out of my trade, so my loss was became a little bit bigger. Standard monthly OPEX equity 17th, third Friday of every month. Thank you, Wax Graham. I'm gonna keep an eye on that, because if it's a thing, we have to keep it in mind as well. Like, hey, we just watch the market, and if we see this behavior, we just get out and we just do other things, and we don't come back until the PM session. So anyway, that's that. That being said, now I'm already seeing something here. I'm already seeing that we're attacking in that 50% again. So I will be very careful here. So somebody already asked up or down. Quarterly triple watching, March, June, September, December. Okay, well, let's keep a tag on it, guys. If we know there's OPEC, let's just mention it so we know, and we can keep. We're gonna Google. We're just gonna watch it and see if there's a. Because there was news, right, yesterday. You would think it was a news day. So I'm also annoyed. I learned 2 lessons here, but I'm so tired of paying the market tuition fees. Listen, I also felt like, oh my God, you make one little mistake and you get severely punished, right? Like what happened to me yesterday. But it was like you fall in that trap again. And I'm happy actually that I'm being punished, because it really makes me more aware of that I have to really stick to those stricter rules. And it takes time again to be creative, to work yourself out of it. And I'm also fed up with it. I'm just fed up making stupid mistakes, and just not being disciplined enough again, and just falling into a trap. But you just have to move on. You have to recalibrate. You have to sort of like get over it and move on. Otherwise, your brain isn't working properly. And if we want to stay in the business, the only thing we can do is make it a positive and learn from it, and move on. But yeah, it's how much money, how much fee learning, how much tuition costs are we going to pay to learn the lesson, right? That's it. But there has to be a balance. We should allow ourselves to make mistakes, and then we have to just solve them. And I guess that's the part of the business we're in. But anyway, so I'm not touching that account until I'm really, really. I have to focus on MES or MYM to get myself out of that margin call, so I can play it and go. I don't need much, but I just need to get back over a little bit to get into NQ again. So most likely I might go charting on MES to to get my Edge Clear account back into there. I don't want to fund it with money, because that's the easy way. I'm not going to do that. So we'll do that, but not today. It's Friday. It's been geopolitically, it's unclear. We're not going to risk anything, guys. We're going to be risk off, okay? I'm going to be risk off. I do have an evaluation I might touch, but nothing else. That's it. Paper trade evaluation. That's it. So now let's talk market NQ. I just want to know, did anyone trade yesterday? Did anyone lose money, or did anyone have a winning trade? And if they had a winning trade, what did you trade? Just curious to know. There's no good and bad. Really, there's no. But I'm just curious if someone saw it, or did you guys saw, this is shit, I'm just going to close my laptop and not do anything. I think that was the best way to go. I did not do that, and I got burned. And all the signs were there. It was all there. But we learn, right? We learn. We just journal. When you have OPEC 1, we're going to see if that's a correlation. 2 is price action in a opening range gap, not leaving an opening range gap. If we see that up to a certain time, should we just close the account and just wait until PM session? Then again, I can imagine you're eager to trade. I was, so I also took a few stabs here, and I think this is where I went wrong. In this, because now I thought, oh my God, now we're finally going to this first position. We're going to take previous day low. You see, it didn't take out the low, right? Or I thought we were going here. I can't remember anymore. I traded and lost. I did NQ. Okay, Pia Mundo, you made money. Good for you. I saw the trade. I should have closed. Yeah. Well, guys, The only thing we can do in hindsight is journal it and learn for next time when not to trade. And if you made a win, good for you. Also journal it. But we just have to make the positive of a losing trade. Okay, so again, guys, we're at 0.5 here. It's Friday. Now let's go over the daily. Let's have a look what the daily did. Let's go over some scenarios. I want to keep this one here. I'm going to get rid of all these. Wednesday, right? We had a Wednesday high. We had a retracement on Thursday. The low went into Wednesday's wick here, and we went back up, right? So we were here. Now we're inside the body. We're still inside the body of Thursday. Now, if I look at this chart on the daily, at this moment, I can really frame it both ways. I know we have an opening range gap below us, which also needs to be mitigated, and it didn't do that. Let me double check that. Let me go. I want to see, because I think I have. I think I trade it both. I can see both ways now, but hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, look. So yesterday what we did, I'm looking at the 4 hour because I look for 4 hour distribution moves. Hey Abdul, how are you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're doing fine. On the 4 hour, we'll go on the 1 hour as well, but on the 4 hour, because I wanna be able to catch distribution moves. I'm just looking, okay, if I have a 4 hour distribution move, I would like sell side to go here and maybe even lower, because we don't have sell side in this one as well, and even low. So I do see a move to the downside. I can frame a move to the downside. Now I remember that we have some here. I have to put on more. We're higher. Where are you? Okay, I'm not going to do it now because there's too much things on my chart. But I know that we also have some up here that also needs buy side. I have to check that. But so either we're going to go up in this wick and go down, and I do think we're going to take one of these wicks out. What do you guys think? So if you look at the daily here, I do think we're going to take out one of those wicks the last week. But I've got levels. I've got levels on both sides, literally. So, you know, and this was the area that I said to you guys, this is where we are between two breakers. It's going back and forth. It will go back and forth. I should not even have played around. Let's see where we are at between those breakers. Okay, I'm going to switch this off. But I prefer a downside for the later today, but see, we're still between those two breakers here. Bearish breaker, bullish breaker. It's just going in and out of these two. So we want to see one of them being disrespected. Yeah, I don't like the area we're in because, like I said, we're retesting one breaker is activated the other breaker, and now we're just going back and forth. Maybe we're not even doing anything today. Maybe we're just going to go back and forth in the range. It's Friday. We are around 25% of the weekly range. We're at a 0.5 level. This is the level where we had the reaction yesterday, and we're back at that level. So we don't dibble in the middle. So I'm risk off now, guys. We're between those two breakers. We're at 0.5 of a Dinu range. I'm sure we're at 0.5 of many other things. um, we do have a nice little gap here on the 1 hour. Around midnight here. On ES, we have some SMT which already cleared the some liquidity and reaches the FGG at the 15 minutes. Yeah, let's have a look at ES. Yeah, well, I can see ES going higher to this little gap here, and then NQ taking out this liquidity and going to this fair value gap, right? And touch maybe this one here, this box. I could see that happening. And then we might get some SMT here in this area. It's 238. It is 238. Oh, let me mark. I forgot to mark my macro. Oh, my macro. Okay, I want to get rid of these lines here. My macro. Here we go. Okay, what did we do? We went back up. We did not take out the high in the macro. I'm bullish for now. Range got an in last FEG for going long, but later it might change to go to short in the next session. Yeah, I don't know, Abdul. I don't like NQ so much now in the sense of for. I wonder if NQ is just creating these equal highs. It's just not taking out this high here yet. It's a 0.5. So is it going to reject again like yesterday here? Going back into the range. Did we create a range or are we? It's already 2:30, right? Yeah. Is the London high in for today? Let's see. I don't hope so. I'm going long for going long. Okay. This could be the London high. Let's see. Maybe if this candle goes into here and then goes back up, could be. Or maybe the next candle. Maybe we go into 3 o'clock, so we work our way into this fair value gap. Maybe even to here. And then we go back up, take out these levels here. Yeah, I wouldn't long a short long here. I would more be inclined to go to midnight. Midnight. Yeah, I like midnight. Now look here. What time is it? Okay. What is 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock is exactly here. Yeah, I would like to short to midnight maybe even because midnight has this nice little gap on the 1 hourly. But let's see if it can get out of this area here. Oh yeah. So you also have to remember, guys, we are already in the TGIF area of the weekly candle. Let me show you the weekly. Um, you got your open, your low, your high, and your close. And we're exactly in between 20 and 30% of the weekly range. So now it's always confusing when we're there already now, because you're like, okay, either it's going to break out one side and it might return, or it's going to take one of the highs and go back into the range, or we could just consolidate here. Now I don't think it's going to do that all day, right? Please not. Please not. Now this is the area I would just not anticipate between 30% of the weekly range and the 0.5 level of the daily range. I really want to see what where are you going. Either it goes below this area or it goes in this direction. But I'm just gonna wait. Going long against the 1 hour and 15-minute trend. Yeah, for me, I can frame it both ways, Abdul. So I really don't wanna. I can see it go here, but it could also be enough for now to go into this fair value gap already, and just bouncing off of 30% of the weekly range, um, leaving midnight here for later. But we do have some little gaps here, so I would it would be nice if it would go lower, right? Yeah. I find it really difficult. I really need to see what the market wants to do, I guess. We are above Asia already. Now let me see. I want to see the higher time frame. Let's have a look at. I like the 15 for now. So we created the high at 8 o'clock, and we took the 8 at 0:30. Haven't you guys noticed that a lot of the times things happen that it takes Asia between midnight and 1 o'clock? Have you guys noticed that lately? A lot of the times Asia has been taken out last 2 weeks after between 1:30 and 1ish. Mm, this was nasty. I mean, look at this. Ugh, this is nasty. A lot of nastiness. And you know what also was nasty, guys? If you see here, this one, I thought it was done here, and then it still went back up, right? So you think it retested this area, and then still you think, okay, it's done now, it's going down, and it goes back up. Um, so that brought me a little bit in drawdown. I had a few winning trades, and then I got that margin thing in here. Yeah, it is what it is. But buy side of the curve. The question is, are we going to stay on the buy side of the curve, or are we going to turn bearish? So we can maybe look for a 15-minute CISD to confirm change in the state, or and say we're bullish until we have a 15-minute change in the state of market structure shift, right? Um, but we are at 50% of the range. Let me see, what range am I using here? Oh, that's a really high range. Okay, this is the parent range, the papa range, the mama, yeah. So this is the higher range. But you want to have those ranges as well from the parent dealing range. Let's see what the midpoint is of this range. Hmm. 702. Let me see. Hmm. Yeah, I would like to see a move to the downside. Let's see. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to paper trade and move to the downside. What time is it? 2:48. 1 hour. 2:48. We can go higher here. Um, yeah. Too late for this move now, but should have been here around 2:24. Get some nice. So let's see how if it managed to go to midnight, or is it going to stall here? Maybe go back up, and let's see what we do at 3 o'clock, or if it's already going to. Let's use this as a range as well quickly. It's 902. Yeah, I still like that 902 level. Uh, oh, we've got someone who knows what's going to happen. 24,860. Oh, what time is it? 25.1. Okay. Thank you. My laptop finally is. It's all automated. I've got midnight at 9:03, 24:903. Yes, I've got the same. Oh, we've got a market maker here. Someone who knows exactly what's going to happen. You must be a millionaire. I've got that level here as a fair value gap, which is significant. So I do think we are going to go there as well at some point. But let's see if I don't think it's going to be in this macro, but who knows? We'll see. It's going to see how our price is going to behave here. Oh. Sorry, man, I wasn't trying to be. Okay, I will address it because yesterday I gave Jay some shit about it too. I will tell you why I am very adamant about people saying. I just want to clarify that because I love it when people have. We are S3K. I'm just gonna call it. Why I react to that is for a reason. We get a lot of trolls in here, and those are the ones who always say, "Oh, price is going there," and they always say, "Oh, look what it did." So you have to listen to me. I know where price is going. I love it, and we always should celebrate people when they have proper analysis. But trying to say, oh, you see where price went, I know where price always is going. I think that gives the wrong, that sends the wrong message. Like, oh, I am, you're not, if you're a market maker or you have 30 years under the belt and you really know where price is going, there might be people that might be, and I want to protect people that might be listening to people that say that and they might react to it. We never know where price is going, but we do predict and we want to have proper analysis. That's where we grow. I do want to celebrate that, but I do I'm very wary because it's troll behavior, like 100%. You don't know 100%. It is your analysis, and I love it that people share the analysis, but do not use words like it's going 100% there. I am the market. I know what it's going to do. I also share my analysis, but I'm always aware that I can be wrong. And if we are right, it's something to celebrate. And I don't want to take away those moments, but I don't want that behavior here that people will say, oh, look where it went. I told you guys so. yeah, you had a good analysis, and sometimes they work out, and the more they work out, the better we get in trading, and we have to celebrate this moment. But I don't want to get this atmosphere here that people get. I see how I was doing. I know where price is going. Yeah, you were right, and it's good, and I want people to share it, and I want to celebrate those moments. But I hate when people say, "Oh, you see where I told you it was going there." In other words, you guys should listen to me. That is what you are perceiving when people are saying that, and you're trying to influence people. Three S3K, it's a totally different thing than just sharing your analysis and your logic behind the trade. And I love that, and I want people to do that. But I don't like it when people say, "Oh, 100%," and "Oh, you see where it was going," and you see, because I I also want to protect people that are maybe, they might think, oh, someone is saying that, so they might follow you or whatever, or and if you're right, we celebrate it, but I don't want this atmosphere like, oh, you see where it was going. I know every time where it was going. I am a mark, I know it. But sharing your knowledge and being right, we have to celebrate those moments. I do want to address that again because yesterday there was a similar, but it is also because most of the times it's the trolls that do that. Now, I'm not saying that you guys, and I know Jay isn't a troll either, but it's troll behavior. They try to push a narrative and just try to influence people and create, you know, um, chaos. So that's one of the reasons. And I really want to be very I want to stay. I don't want to. I want this to be a small um, I just want to, well, I don't want to spend too much, but I don't want to sound nasty, but I'm very protective of that area as well, because, but I do want this to be a safe space where people can share their analysis. And hey, if you're right, it's perfect. We celebrate those moments, but we don't want to push hey, you see what I'm always right. I know. Because if you're always right, you wouldn't be here. You would be making millions. But hey, listen, like saying, hey, listen, I'm happy that my analysis worked, and I want you to share your analysis and maybe even on the logic behind it and why, but not just I'm more interested in why is that level for you an interesting level, S3K, for example, right? Not just using levels, just okay, it's going to go there because I know it's going to go there. Share your logic behind it. That's more what I'm interested in. And if it works, we celebrate that. But I just want to say that it triggers me because it's very much the troll behavior that I notice that if people come in, and I just want to be, I just don't want to be, I want to slam that down straight away. Now, okay, guys, listen, we are 3 o'clock. Here we go. And another thing, S3K, for example, I also think it's going to go there, but I don't think it's a time yet, for example. So it's also like, okay, that level might be hit in a later stage or maybe in a different macro, right? So that's the only point I want to make. So, oh, okay, it's 3 o'clock. We are moving back up. We created the first presented, or we are creating first presented here. So the reason why I wasn't engaging in this area was because of this propulsion. Sorry, not propulsion block. Uh, oh my God, guys. Um, what's the name of that one? The new one? Suspension block. It's a suspension block. So this suspension block here, I just wanted to see what price is doing here. And waiting for the first presented fair value gap. Yeah, suspension, but yeah. Thank you, Metro. And also, um, what I've noticed lately, I don't know, um, my analysis on NQ, it didn't take AM high, but ESYM did. Yes, target 50% level of move from NQ AM low. Gotcha. Yeah. 50%. Yeah, we hit this 50%, but on the other hand, I'm also a little bit wary of this area because I'm look, 50% is 900, right? And 0.628, 58, 2. 50% move from NQAM low. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys something else. Hold on. I'm 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 just not. See, this is very bullish structure again, right? Here, 302 inversion. We have equal lows on those two 15-minute candles. Okay, let me check that out. Equal lows on the 15-minute candles. Yeah, I see those. Yeah, I see them. I see them. But you see, I already have this level marked, and there's also a gap here. But I also have the same level of significance marked here. So for me, it's like, I'm sort of like, we are here, and I know we took Asia, but remember, we also have this level here. We're still on the buy side of the curve. This could be a bullish order block. It's very wicky, but I still see this as a bullish order block. So I wonder if we go lower than 50% of Asia. Because you know what I'm thinking as well. If we have 15-minute CISD, we might go lower. But are we ready to go lower? I just don't. I think we're still on the buy side. So I'm just not too sure. I think maybe they're gonna leave midnight for later on. I don't know. I don't trust the short. I'm with you with the level definitely, but I don't trust the short. Looking here and like this is sort of stronghold for the moment. We've got a lot of levels just above us as well. Yeah. So when I don't trust it, I don't anticipate because I'm just too. Okay, let's see. What's the first percent fair value gap? We have one at 259. We have none in London yet on the 1 minute. To me, this looks like engineered liquidity to be taken out in this macro. Let me see here. This is 208. Yeah. 208. No first percent fair value gap on London yet. Nothing. Do we have any news in London? It also could be a scenario that we're just going to range here a little bit. Um, could be a rangy area, right? We could get a few 15 or 1 hour candles here. Let's see. Let's even get to 0.5, so at least take out this little wick here. So that's 900. At least take midnight. M3 PA looks cleaner. Oh, the 3 minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, I love the 3 minute and the 9 minute. Those are my favorite. But yeah, definitely, I agree. And you can see nicest little gap at midnight here. But we have this suspension block. Well, the suspension block is holding up now. Suspension here. Let's see if we can go through it. I want to look at my 9 minute. I love my 9 minute. Nice little gap here. Just want to go to the 1 minute for entry. Oh, I use a lot. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I also look for the one between 1:30 and 2. Um, Interesting. See, there's hardly any. 1:30 to 2. Um, 3 a.m. I look for the London because London opens, so it's 3 and 3:30. That's the one I always look at. So now we didn't have any here besides 259, and we didn't print anything here. So this is the first one in London, right? Let's mark it. You have to add the imbalance with it. Now let's see if we can get a retest of it. If it slams down, we're bearish from here. But if it goes back up into this one, this is the first presented. The London one. We didn't have anything else, right? Am I overseeing anything? Or here maybe? This one was 2:59, so it doesn't count. 3 o'clock, nothing. Technically this one, but it's so small. Three S3K. I feel it will be clean sweep because we must have had a lot of sellers during 8 and midnight, which we were take out after 8, anticipating a clean expansion towards downside. I think you could be right. Let's see what if it continues from here. This could be an entry. I mean here with the stop loss using the first presented. So 3 a.m., 9:30. Yeah. So the ones that I look at, the one between 9:30 and 10. Then there's also one between 1:30 and 2 a.m. in the afternoon, right? And the one at 1:30 and 2 a.m. right now. But as you can see, there is hardly any in between 1:30 and 2. There's only here at 1:30 here. Well, maybe if I highlight this, it might give us some. It's sort of weird. I guess then this is the low. There's nothing else. 143. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Also, did you know that we also had 4-hour bearish SMT with ES? Well, I did notice this SMT. Let me go. Yeah, we had like ES went into this fair value gap, right? And we did not. But like I said, we are at the 0.5 level, so obviously we will get a reaction. But I just wonder, because yesterday we had a very strong reaction at 0.5. That's this exactly this. We were here in London. Where were we in London? I can't remember. We were at a London level as well at 0.5. Remember yesterday? Of the daily wick? Oh, I took it off. Um, I believe it was the same level. Can't remember now. Am I confused? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this was. Remember, we were here in London at zero. Oh, that was here at 0.5. It was here at 3 o'clock. That was the daily wick. Oh, yeah. I just don't trust it too much. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go without me. Um, it feels to me like we might get a few consolidation candles. like 15, 1 hour like this. I don't know. And, 900. 318. Yeah, I just don't like these slow moves and then it doesn't go to point of interest straight away. You want those. I can't wait for the times that we have the times again. Oh, is that red folder news? Thank you for sharing. Let me check. You know that you have a macro and it goes straight to the midnight within the macro, and just think the times like. Now it doesn't happen all the time, but it's just been. What news do we have? What time is it? 3:19. Are you looking at European news? We do have 4:30 manufacturing PMI. I have been monitoring that, but the UK news it doesn't really give a lot of. I guess what I could, but since we've been watching it, not really. But I am aware that I don't want to be in a trade though. But what are you seeing? A German PMI at 3:30. Okay, well, I'll watch. Um, it's good to be aware, right? Yeah, German. Yeah, so I don't know if it really reacts a lot to European. Does it? I do have it on my. I do share it all the time, but I never. The times that I watched it, I was like, oh, that was not really a big. It's not really, but hey, it could. I mean, especially now with all the tensions, right? Let's just. So it's good to be. It's good to be aware and not be caught in a trade. For any going higher, I think the midnight open gap used to be has to be cleared. Well, it looks like we want to go lower, right? Because if you look at all these fair value gaps that has been printed here, they all match up with a retest already. So I think okay, we retested this one here. Now there is one here that retested one of these levels here. So I also want to be in a. Also don't want to go into a long here. What is it? Oh, it's just a bird, my love. The midnight opening price just below the current price. Yeah, it is very close. It will go there. Um, it will take midnight most likely. I mean, it will take. Hopefully, it will take midnight at some point. I'm just not sure because if we have a mini market maker model, we can have original consolidation, so a buy side, sell side. So we could. I'm just not sure we're going to go lower now. It's Asia. So, oh, I need to be others. So there we go. 322. Yeah, it just goes straight to midnight. Pum, 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 pum. Analysis cloud your judgment. What do you mean analysis cloud your judgment? My analysis is correct, so I'm happy with that. I'm just not. I'm not comfortable with this trade. I'm not interested in small trades with these moves, but analysis is correct. And guys, I'm not eager to trade all the time, especially in London. These small moves and this spotty moves are just not my. I'm not interested. So I'm just tape reading. So I don't know what that analysis cloud your judgment. Well, if you don't have any analysis, how are you going to trade at all? Without analysis, you shouldn't be trading at all, right? Or am I? You trade without? Does knowing other people's analysis cloud your judgment? No, me not. I don't. It doesn't cloud my judgment because I do what I want to do, and most people here also. I sometimes put on a trade and people do something totally different, and we just share it. So I don't think, but I think there are people that are influenced with it. They want to listen and they get influenced by it. So that's why I'm also a little bit careful without putting a trade on, to be honest, when I'm not 100%, when I don't feel comfortable myself, because I know it might, trigger people to put on a trade on as well. I just, I put on these levels and I think, okay, yeah, this looks bearish because we already retested this, midnight is going to be taken. But I don't feel like putting risk on with price action like this, if that makes sense. Because I'm not a scalper. I really want to have I really want to frame preferably above 60, 50, 60 points. And I'm not so sure. I'm keep on saying it. I'm just, for me, I don't. I'm just want to. I don't know if we're gonna go here yet. I just don't know because we could just range bound here a little bit. I don't trust it too much. So no, I don't really. I'm not influenced by it. I love it when people share different opinions with just going over their analysis and yeah. But I just do my thing. And even when people tell me like, oh, it's wrong, I don't care. Hey, listen, one thing, if you have a wrong trade, you learn the most of your trades that are not winning trades. You have to journal them, and those are your best trades to learn of. So I paper trade a lot, by the way, S3K, especially in London nowadays. And I treat my paper trades just the same. And I always ask myself two questions. What could I have done better? Where could I have a better entry exit? And what did I do wrong? What did I miss? I don't use the word wrong, but what did I miss and what could because sometimes it takes me 1 or 2 hours to go into, I used to do really, really long time. Like, okay, what happened here? What did I miss? What did I do wrong? I journal very extensively. So I don't mind, especially when my losing trades are paper trades, because I really reverse engineer them. So And that's why I don't mind putting on trades and being wrong as well. And if people are, a lot of the time when people disagree, I'm like, okay, well, learning moment maybe for other people as well. But I mean, and if I'm wrong, I don't care. It's just, I just don't want to put money on the line. I'm just fed up with losing a lot of money and making mistakes. Again, we have SMT on ES on 50 minutes. On previous, is it a bullish or bearish SMT? So you know why I don't trust the market so much. Also, we don't have any proper fair value gaps here. It's just very spotty. We did balance out most of it already, but bullish. Yeah, that's the market we're in. It's going back and forth. Probably if I show you the level where we're at, let me just show you something. Let me show you something. Um, let's see. There's no FUG. Well, there is, but this is the London one, and we're going through it right now. Um, let's see what we're if we are if we are resisting here, or maybe even go higher. I What time is it? 3:29. Inversion retest. We disrespected the bullish breaker, the bullish fair value gap. I'm more inclined for a long, to be honest, but now with this structure here, inversion, we took midnight, we went into 702, we wicked into it. That's 3:30. I think I'm going to paper trade this, but what is my TP? Oh, I've got to put it on. See, that's because I want to paper. This is just a paper trade, guys. I just want to paper trade this. Um, I'm using time, but it could just easily go back into the range. So my TP stop loss will be below. I'm going to use the retest of the inversion here. And my TP will be. Now I might be wrong here. Hold on. No. I don't think it's going to take out the highs before the macro anyway. It's going to do. It's going to do something smaller. I don't want to be too archery, but it's not good enough. It's not 2R trade. I stopped out. For taking any direction, I have to have a fair at least 5 minute candle on that there. Otherwise, my setup is not confirmed. Yeah, you're totally right. And also, this is also confirmation of the downside, actually, right? You see that happen a lot, that it just goes through the fair value gap and it just disrespects it and goes back into it straight away. Yeah, there was no fair value gap on the 3 minute. There was just a 1 minute. It's nothing, just back and forth. The wick on the candle 503. Oh, this price action is just since yesterday. It's just been horrible. I guess it's also with geopolitical news. I guess it's just wicking back and forth all the time. It's so slow. Just hanging around these specific areas for such a long time. It's annoying. Um, mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't want to engage in this price. I don't feel any urge to put in a trade, to be honest, to the downside, even though it's going. Let's see if the 350 gives us a nice, just some expansion, right? I just want to have an expansion move. Maybe 350 will give us a nice, the final move with some. I do like it if we do have this one here. I wouldn't mind if it retests this one more time here. tap into. See, if you enter late, you're going to be wicked out all the time, right? Because these wicks are so large, and they're pretty large moves. Uh, and that was yesterday the case as well. It just goes back and forth all the time. Like one of those, I mean, it's just 5-minute candle is about 34 points, 30 points. Yeah, it might go back into the fair value gap again. I guess. I In addition, it must align with the 1 hour direction as well. Yeah, let's check the 1 hour direction. Well, but the 1 hour doesn't look very. It's almost a doji now, right? It doesn't give me much. We hit 0.72. I just wonder if we're going to get a couple of these and no expansion. That's my. I don't want to say the word fear, but that's the only thing that why I'm not anticipating as well. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, with the 4 hour, I would really. So we made literally an equal high here. I don't expect it to go higher anymore. We will leave that for the next candle most likely, right? So the question is, do we get some expansion to the? I would favor the downside that it leaves this high for later, right? To take it out. So we're gonna leave this equal, relatively equal high. So that means until 6 o'clock, no movement to the upside. Question is, are we going to go into this wick or are we going into this fair value gap? So yeah, so I don't expect it to go higher and that it leaves this relatively equal highs, right, for later on. So just yeah, but you also because we have this wick here, it moves very slowly. That's great, this wick. We love wicks for this reason only. But let's see. We love wicks if they give us. Okay, so we did. Oh, we already worked our way through the wick. We're already at the down. We're at the one already. So is it ready to fall? Here we go again. Seems like high resistance. It seems like bloody annoying resistance. It goes back and forth all the time. But I think maybe 350 might give us a nice run to the downside. What do you think? It might. It doesn't look like it wants to go up, right? It thinks we're only getting wicks into the first percent fair value gap on the 9-minute. No bodies anymore. Let's just see on the 3-minute we still have a body, but 5-minute I think there's only also bodies, but on the 9-minute it's just showing wicks to the upside, which looks really nice. This is beautiful trend line liquidity for later. But yeah, I think it's preparing ourselves for a nice move to the downside. Good morning, IRL. True day open and the support level by Asian. Yo, IRL Higgs, London for my. What are you, Boris? Yo, Higgs, London session for my ES long at this. Are you long at the? You're long at this moment. I don't know. I wouldn't be very comfortable going long. I see the long as well, but I think we're more inclined to take a little bit more. I'm not anticipating at all at the moment. I might do a paper trade at 350 macro, but I'm just looking. Oh, hold on. See, I just wonder if we are leaving these 4-hour, if they create those highs on a 4-hour candle, which is almost, look how beautifully this is setting up. a lot of the times in my journaling, it leaves them for a next 4 hour, or maybe further a couple of 4 hour candles later. So I would rather see some more downside, I guess, than upside, and then we leave this for maybe New York session, right? Or but hey, it could still do it. I mean, but a lot of the times, equal highs on a 4 hour, when you see those being created, it won't take them out most of the time during that same candle. And this is a 4 hour candle, and it's sort of like really beautiful, like here higher, lower, lower than this one. But who knows? I mean, um, it's a weird market. We see a lot of new things. But yeah, you see, it doesn't want to go in the body anymore. Um, we've got 3 more minutes, 6 more minutes. Just something. See if we can get an entry for just a paper trade entry. Just for fun. Just play around for fun. And let's see. Mm, do we? What time is it now? Almost 4, right? Almost 4. But yeah, again, I'm just gonna keep repeating it because I'm almost inclined to stick to my analysis, what I said yesterday. Like, remember I showed the two breakers. Um, bearish break. Is this the bearish? Yes, we got a sweep here. Bearish breaker and the bullish breaker here. So when we're in between, I can't see that clear today. Why am I not so clear? Yeah, low, high, low, low. We have sweep here. Like activating this one is retesting this one is activated this one. And it's always the same. It's always this price action. So, uh, I really want one to see disrespected and just being gone through. So that takes a while, I guess. We don't need this one anymore. Cha. So today open. So the midnight is sort of like holding up. We're still. Are we going into that fair value gap now? Oh, Boris is long. Or who knows? The longs might be right. It could be. I don't know. So on the higher time frame, we are in this sort of like inversion right here. You see that on the 1 hour? Let me mark it. Um, here. It's almost an inversion. Let's see if the body can stay below the midpoint of this one here. So that's literally also the midpoint of this fair value gap. Between 6 and 8 1 hour candle, we have suspension block. Pay attention to that, please. Yeah. On the 1 hour, am I missing something here? What do you say? And on ES, on ES. Yeah, right over here, right? Yeah, that one. I see it. Is it 1 hour later though? 7 to 8. 7 to 8. I have 7 to 8 up though. Here, 7 to 8. But you know what? If I'm looking at this in ES, it sort of like looks very clean to me, because if I look at the opening range gap, like this is yesterday's opening range gap, buy side, sell side, buy side. Then we go up. We are literally, oh, we're not fully balanced here. Uh, it looks for me like ES wants to go higher. If I look at the 1 hour, it looks like ES just wants to go higher on the 1 hour. Um, the 1 hour ES looks extremely bullish. We're just consolidating in this area. Are we going up to go into this wick here maybe and then reject? I wonder if we're going to go up into this wick, not take it out, but just reject here. Maybe somewhere even here. Interesting. Smooth lows, 25. This looks very bullish to me. I mean, yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not anticipating because I can frame it both ways. I'm not comfortable in the short, and now I'm also not comfortable in the long. But ES looks very bullish to me. So 350, 354, 359, 49. Sorry. We're again above this one here. Is it a long? Should I attempt another long? I'm going to paper trade another long because I feel more bullish than bearish. Yeah, I'm too late. I'm too late to put the trade on because my level will be here. Hold on, maybe on the 1 minute I can frame it. Now, this is an important level here. Let's see if we can blast through. Yeah. 3450. Is it going to reject here, or are we going to push through? You know, the reason why I don't trust it is, like I said, are we going to form a few of these 1 hour candles or 15-minute candles? So I really wonder if we're going to take out, or maybe just sweep it a little bit, because the 4 hour, I just wonder if we're going to take out that 4 hour, if we're going to create a higher high on the 4 hour. I just don't see it happen before 6 o'clock. I just don't trust that. You know, why would it take out this? So then we have to go over this I'm going to call it a future inversion. It's not an inversion yet because we haven't traded through it yet, right? So are we going to make it an inversion now? Maybe. Yeah. We're 0.5. Okay, the other one was here. Okay, 946. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to take out this high. If we do, we're going to blast. I mean, then it's going to be a blast. I mean, if this 4 hour candle is going to go through this level, then I think it's going to blast up. Yes, for bullish, but not confirmed yet. This holds me back a little bit on the 4 hour, right? The high. So but hey, if it goes through it, I guess. Well, this is for me confirmation. I mean, the confirmation for me is going over this one already, but It's just too small of a trade to take for me because I don't want to go. I would take it up to here maybe, just 10 points. I'm not interested in 10 points. But we are on a macro though, 10,352. Let's, um, if it goes into this fair value gap and goes back up, if in this breaker, I'm going to take it on the paper trade. Oh, it already balanced this. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to take it. He already did the job. Stop it. But it's a very small trade. So 1-to-1 almost. Maybe in this week. Um, has to be a little bit lower. What's my other fair value gain? That was this one here. Here we go. It's literally a 1-to-1. That's it. I won't trade it any higher. If it takes me out, it takes me out. 354. I don't. I would never take these trades on my account, guys. This is not how I trade. But I just want to see if it goes to that level or if it's going to react here. 354. Come on, push, push. Wouldn't be surprised at 4 o'clock it goes down into this level and then continue. If it goes up, then we could, or it's just at 4 o'clock we get a reversal. You know, but we hardly get a reversal in 350 for 10 macro. You see this, there's no follow through during the macros. Yeah, exactly. 920. I would. It already sort of like retested these things here, but let's see. This could be the only imbalance that was left, right? There was an imbalance here. It sort of like already went into it. Maybe this is it. Maybe that was the trade here. That was this imbalance here. And it's going to leave most likely. I wonder if it's going to take out this high. But let's see. We have 6. What else? What imbalance do we have? We don't have much imbalances in this area left. Everything is sort of like. It's just liquidity. We don't have imbalances. It's just liquidity now. It's the 208, the 802 macro that formed the high at 8 past 2. So, but that means it will leave this equal high relative and take out this high as well. We go into this wick. $960. Well, you know what? I'm gonna bring it higher because if it goes up to 960. There you go. If I'm gonna lose, if it's gonna be a losing trade, it's gonna be a losing trade anyway. So I'm aiming for 50% of this week, if that makes sense. 969, 960. But most likely I will be stopped out. Well, now I can make it a little bit lower. Let's make it a 2-hour trade. 44 is almost 2 hours. Because it could go back into this fair value gap and take it out after 4 o'clock. Because it's too close now to 4 o'clock. I expect 4 o'clock candle to open up, maybe a move to, if it wants to go up, it goes into this fair value gap and then goes up further, or it's going to go up and then we have a reversal. But hey, maybe it might take out these equal highs. I don't know, we'll see. Just putting on a paper trade. 24.926 to EQ of the area of 5 minute must hold above that firm and then need to bullish candle to meet too long setup being confirmed. Yeah, it's not really. I mean, it's a C plus setup because technically we didn't have a sweep here. Well, we did sweep here, but is it really? I would call this a B, maybe even a C plus setup. Not an A plus setup. Not at all. So that's why we paper trade it. Let's have a look at the 1 hour candle. How are we doing on the 1 hour? There we go. We could also reject in this wick here. 947, so that would be somewhere at the top of this fair value gap and then go back down because it's 4 o'clock. Hey, Zar Trader. Well, we're trying to survive this boring, it's almost boring, I guess. It's a little bit, no, let's not call it boring. It sounds a little bit disrespectful to NQ. Yeah, it's almost just a gamble right now, right? Like, okay, it can literally spike up and go into the wick. But it looks like if I look at ES just gave me the confidence, if I can use the word confidence, to put on the long trade because ES looks very, very bullish to me. So but ES could also just go back into this wick and then go back down again. But let's see. I just have to frame my trade a bit higher too in order to justify my biggest stop loss. And I might still be stopped out and then it might run after 3 past 4. If it goes back into the fair value gap. Just practice, yeah, you just have to sort of like get into like if it's not a trade that you normally would take, you still have to journal it, and at some point you develop new models and stuff like that because you see things, especially if you journal stuff and you go over it, especially for me time and stuff like that. Like for me, when I see those 4-hour candles being printed and we have an equal or relatively equal high, it's very unlikely for me that since I have been journaling, then it takes it out. So if it does take it out, it's very important to me. Okay, but what, when does it do that? And I look at the times and things like that. So I know there's a big chance it might be a losing trade, but I don't mind because that also gives me like, okay, I should never ever again put a live trade on when I see 4-hour candle with a equal high, for example, or relatively equal. But if it does take it out, I have to think, okay, well, this is, it doesn't happen a lot, but why did it, when does it, what's the if then statement that it does it? Now I said, I put on, because I'm contradicting myself in a way, because I say it about, but then I see ES, I'm like, okay, now that looks pretty bullish. And we've got the 350 to 410 macro coming, and we didn't have much movement yet, right? So a lot of the times when it's very spotty and it doesn't move very, the 350 to 410 macro does deliver. And if we have bullish scenario, I'm like, okay, then I have to go with the bullishness. ES, bullishness 350 macro, but I'm also aware that 350 macro could just slam us down. But we're after 4 o'clock already and we start moving. We got equal highs. So let's see, maybe it's going to take it out now. I guess then. So that's why I'm always very careful with people. That's why it's one of the reasons when I say, 100% yes, but the question is when. And they're out to fool us. They're out to fool us all the time. Okay, now this is, now we've got SMT. Is this the high? Is it not going high? I would not be surprised if this is the high. But let's see. It's gonna take out that high or not. We're in the midpoint of that wick almost. So I do see this wick here, but the 1 hour wick here. Okay. Oh, we're not there yet. Okay. Let's see if we blast through it. 949. That's here. Just practice. Yeah. I mean, I love paper trading, and I love I don't backtest because I miss the emotion, but I feel the same. If I hate being in, I don't like it if it's wrong, in the sense of uh, just putting on trades and then just But also when I do this, I'm like, okay, what have been a moment that already the algorithm showed us its hand, because they're everywhere, right? And I'm always looking for those algorithmic signatures, like, okay, what could I have done to maybe just take this straight up into this wick and maybe not even higher, to be able to capitalize on some part of the move, for example. And what if I could, now for me it's hard to really trade this too, because how would I have known here that we were, like, if we're here we could still go down, right? So I mean, there is not really a entry that I could have taken sooner. So technically this is not a good, this is actually D E setup, because you know you already know there's a big chance it's going to reject in this week and you still put it on. So, but let's see if it's working its way through. Look, the 1 hour looks expansion. It looks like we're getting expansion to the upside. um yeah, the 4, oh yeah, look at that. Looks like we are expanding. Yeah, it looks expanding. Yeah. So I put my level a little bit below the 50% of this wick. Here we go. Okay, so the 350 to 410 macro did deliver to the upside, to my surprise. But that's why I'm always trying to keep an open mind and don't want to be like try to, because if I once I have a bias, it's hard for me to get away from that bias. That's something I also need to. Okay, so who took that long? Who else took that long? Not an easy long, not at all. Not an easy long at all. For me, it was looking at ES at some point. When I was looking at ES, I was like, okay, that looks too bullish to ignore. But I could not frame the trade before 350, I think. But I'm just wondering, there should have been more. No one, I mean, we all didn't really see the long for a long time, right? I mean, it wasn't an easy read. Because we went back and forth in the 3 a.m. already 2 times here, one time. This expansion candle gave it away, but you know, I wouldn't enter before, I guess. I would not enter here. So after this expansion candle, I started looking for an entry. Did anyone else have a better entry than I did for that long? I know Boris, you did, right? Boris, did you entered earlier, right? If I'm correct. I'm just curious, where would you for those who saw the long and with confidence, where would you have entered? Better than my entry. So I'm just curious. Anyone? No one? Okay. It wasn't easy. I mean, it wasn't very clean. But then again, 350. Let's go over the move of the market. How? So 350. So we had 348. Now we can the macros, we can extend them 40 to quarter two to quarter past sometimes, right? And especially in this situation when you have consolidation here, you look what happened here at 349. So, and we went. This is a mitigation block. This is not a breaker. But there's no so this is a tricky part. There's no retest, right? So, or did we actually retest? Yes. Oh, the retest was here already. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. What's the low? I already looked at that. 924.75. Low. 931. So no retest. Am I saying it correctly? The high 931. Okay, it hit it exactly. I didn't enter the long, but based on what I would have entered at the market structure after the. But honestly, after the last, I just did. Well, but Methor, where was your? Honestly, could you? What was the level? Could you name the price? I just want to make sure that I have it correctly. I just want to look at your 4 hour. I didn't enter the. No, for me, I'm the same. You know, I already lost my. I'm already under margin on my Edge Clear account. Everything I do is just, you know, and the wicks are so large. The manipulation moves sometimes. I feel the same a little bit with my. So I just want to get my confidence back, and I think I'm just going to do evals for a while. Just to be sure that I get my full confidence back again. It does it does something. I mean, especially when it takes a while. But then again, we have to remember, guys, it's geopolitical news. ICT says he has never seen the market like this, so complicated. So we have to be easy on ourselves. That even those dinosaurs are literally telling us that they have never seen the market so complicated. I would have entered after the market after Well, market structure shift. Okay, on the 4 hour. Oh, you. Okay, you're looking really. Yeah, here. This is actually a 4 hour market structure shift. So actually, literally after Asia already, right? But then again, we could still have the a retracement in the uh, even though we have a market structure shift. I'm still bullish, also higher time frame. But I thought maybe the retracement could go lower first before going higher. Entry after 332 during that leg down, but it was rather far. Yeah, yeah. And also, it's not likely that we make a London high at this time. But then again, if we do that, it most likely will continue up. So maybe this is in play now. 997. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should. I think we could have a. Yeah, we're bullish now. Let's see. If we blast with this, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go. 2513 was a level that I had yesterday. It might go there now. Yeah. 322 touched the higher after and on the M1. Okay, I'll look into it. The 322 touched the higher. Yeah, 322. Now let's watch. We are at zero point 0.5 the wick. We have a little gap here, 979. But 25, I have 2513 from yesterday. I can't remember. But now it feels like let's have a look at where ES is. See, ES, the opening range gap of yesterday gave me, I was looking at it. I always look at the higher time frame, and they give so much clarity because this wick was in it, and like, oh, it already, we had a flat bottom here. We did this already, and then we were starting to create this candle here, and I was like, okay, this is a reversal. We're not going back down. ES was for me like, okay, we're going back into this range, but I want to see how high. I think now NQ is going to go into this 971. We're going to go in here. We're going to continue. 971 and maybe even higher. Yeah, 979. Also what I found a little bit weird was how I always look for my first percent fair value gap in this area, and it just looks really weird to me as well. I just like I use these, but it's not like it's just more gaps than a normal fair value gap. And even here, there's nothing, just all little gaps and just a very small one here that I marked, and then 979. Lifting, I like to see to go back to 24,839 1 hour and look for SMR. If not, I am not chasing bulls today. Oh, interesting. 839. Um, well. Let's go a little bit higher. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with go all the way up to 2,500 again. Um, wow. Okay. 992. I'm going to put on the opening range gap. I want to have a look at the how in Q because I switched it off, and actually they are my opening range gaps are my roadmaps. And I wonder if I put it on, if that would have given me clarity as well on NQ. I'm not sure because I said like no, not as much as ES was more clear to me. ES really was very clear that we were going back up, but this was very clear. This wick here, that was just a very such a clear setup. 998, 20 more points to go. Yeah, it's just Haney. It is a beautiful pump again. 350, 410 macro did it again, right? Did you manage to take it? I want a little bit more here. 998. Let's see if we can reach that level. I took one paper trade to the upside, but not. I didn't catch the whole move. I have not managed to catch the full distribution. It was a little bit hard to read for me up to a moment that I was looking at ES. I'm like, oh my god, it looks so bullish on the higher time frame. And we didn't have a equal high on the 4 hour, but relatively equal. And I thought, oh, are they going to leave that for our next candle? So that was also sometimes I was like not really sure about that one. Okay, 421. I don't think we're done yet to the upside. Okay, we reached that little gap here. You see that on the 4 hours? So I would be, obviously we get a reaction here. Uh, Well, that was quite an interesting session, wasn't it, guys? To be honest. Where's my chat? Sorry to interrupt. What indicators is giving you support resistance area? No, that's I don't use any indicator. Sam, it is just I just mark my own in fair value gaps that I use that I see of significance. So these are just my own levels that I mark up. So it's not an indicator. I just use specific ones that I that help me during this session. So yeah, we just got into this little fair value gap, little imbalance here, right, on the 4 hour. So this one here. So the question is, are we done to the upside for now? What do you guys think? Are we done? Is this it? Are we there? So we're in a fair value gap on the 15-minute. Do we have SMT? So like I said, I expected ES to reject here in this area. So yeah, obviously we have SMT, right? But what time is it? 4:28. There could still be continuation. I think we're gonna get SMT here with ES. So, but one of them has to take it. To have SMT, we need one of them to take one out, right? Let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, yeah, it's this SMT here with this one will be, if we don't move any further, that will be the SMT at 4:30. Okay, it's 4:30. We've got SMT now here. But the question is, are we going to get SMT at the highs? That's more interesting. But technically, I still think we're going to go higher though. So I think we're done yet. What do you guys think? I think we're still going higher, yeah. So still think this level is in play, 2500. Um, I really don't. I really like to. Hey, Alpha 4, thank you for subscribing. SMT I don't like. SMR I like. Oh, I love SMT. It's just an extra confluence. Some people don't use it at all, but I know a lot of people that don't trade at all if there's no SMT. But it just depends what you like to use. I don't think this one will hold, to be honest, but it could be enough. Um, it's just very bullish at the moment. What time is it, by the way? So what do you guys think? Do you think we're done to the upside, or are we going to get one more leg up? What do you guys think? Think we're going to reverse at 5 o'clock-ish? I'm going to do a poll. Are we going higher? Reversal later. Let's say 5 a.m. or later. Reversal later. So that means, are we going to go up or not for now? Do we have more room to the upside? What do you guys think? One more leg up? Or is this it? Or maybe more. I mean, maybe more than one leg. I don't know. What do you guys think? I like how don't Earth you explain it all. I like how don't you Earth. Um, SMT. I like how don't you to Earth you explain it all. I just look for a trade to the downside. Price always right. I'm just a participant. Of course, price is always right. The market is always right. The market is always right. We have to stay humble. We don't know everything. Sometimes we're right, most of the time we will be wrong, and we have risk management to mitigate those risks, right? And the longer we are anticipating, the more we learn, and we are able to, get our win rate higher. But it just comes down to risk management, all there is, because they will always be smarter than us. People who think they are really know everything, they'll be humbled very quickly. I am humble. I was thinking about you a little bit. I'm like, 100%. It's always, but it was extremely hard read. But you always have to be prepared for the unprepared nowadays. I mean, um, the market is just very challenging at the moment. It doesn't go, it just, a lot of time distortion, a lot of like uh, seek and destroy in one part of the macro, and then suddenly it changes. It is just, um, I mean, like I said, and also I know some other people also here in the chat, like I'm just getting insecure to take a trade, that something that I never had, right? So, um, and then again, we just have to get our confidence back and trade and paper trade until we are feeling it properly again. So, but yeah, it's it's challenging. But hey, listen, just journal it and just go over, what did I see, what did I miss, where did it change. Yeah, I think most people were bearish, to be honest, because that's what the market does, right? It tries to manipulate us out of our trades. So, and sometimes we add the liquidity. That's how it is, and we will still be sometimes. But yeah. Yeah, is this a reversal, or are we just retracing to go further up? Um, what is it going to be? Did we have what did we leave behind yesterday? Oh, yeah, this could be it. You know why? It could be 72%. Hold on, I want to check something. Because we didn't reach that level. Hold on. Oh, no, we're almost there. Beast King 25052. Yeah, I'm actually, I'm still more bullish than bearish, to be honest. Um, I still don't think we're done yet. Um, but that's mine. I could be totally wrong. Uh, See, on the 4 hour, we're looking at this busy right here. But look at this one here. Um, we still have some unfinished business here as well. Now, we're back below that zero point 0.5 here. We've got one more hour on the 4 hour to go. We did go into a little gap here, and this is, are we going to reject here maybe? I like this as a rejection area here. I don't think we're going to go straight through this wick. I think we're going to reject there if we go up first. Um, yes. At least we moved. I like it that we had a nice movement after the 350 macro. So at least this gives me some hope that if the price action is moving the way it was moving, then it always gives me hope. And sometimes you see that the 350 to 410 macro doesn't move at all, but then you get nice movement after 4 o'clock. And but it's good to see that we get, you know, that if you see price action behaving in a certain way, at least one macro gave us some proper movement. So that gives some hope. If I can say, okay, 24,993. Yeah. Okay. I still think I want one more leg higher. 24,993. I really like. I think we're going to go over this level, so I'm going to get rid of this. I think we're still going to go higher. One leg. One more leg. Come on. Thank you. You can do it. For 7 o'clock to see what range will do. Uh, yeah. I tried to sell 2 times at the start, ending up getting in that long and ending the day green so far. Good for you, Mr. Chaos Factor. Good for you. Well done. See, when it's good when you try and you see you're wrong, you just adapt and then you switch your bias. You always have to have an open bias. And 3SK, the problem is, and I know if I do that as well, if I am very sure of something and I think, oh my God, 100% something's going to go there, something works in my brain that I'm not open for change anymore. So that's why I react to the way I do, because I really want to be like, you know, we have to always keep an open mind for that we might have to switch our bias. But the moment when I think, oh my God, I see something really and I'm sure it's going to do it, I just keep on pounding at it and I just keep on going because I think I really know it. And it sort of like prevents me from changing my bias and adapt on time. Like for example, sometimes you just need to change, you need to be on time. But when you think you're sure of your trade, you're gonna in your brain you're gonna make it work, right? And you fool yourself. That's what I do when I think, and I fall in that trap as well. So, but yeah, price action will tell us, and we just have to look for all those algorithmic signatures all the time. You know they're there. You just need to. It's like a treasure hunt, right? The more you find, and the more you can use in your toolbox, the easier it gets to read price and to predict better. I guess that's how we have to see it. It's like a treasure hunt. We look for our algorithmic signatures. And we use time and price. What time did we make that high? 421. Okay. Let's see. Go to reverse and range before. Oh, by the way, we did have news in London, right? But that was 3:30. So you see, we didn't have really news, the 3:30 news itself, but we did have we did get the start of the move to the upside. Now the best move came in the macro, but it did start at 3:30. And interesting to see that, did we tap into midnight? We just went above midnight. Okay, yeah, we did actually. Because I'm on the 9 minute, so we did actually. I did the mistake to trade what I think the market is going to do and not what I'm seeing. Well, that's what we all, I mean, that's always right. Um, the, mo- the moment we think we know it all, we stop seeing, because you want to be right. That's in our nature. And also, the moment you put on a trade, you're also like, something also happens in your brain. Um, so I think it's sometimes really hard to keep that open mind to like, okay, when do I need to switch bias and also be right? And a lot of the times when you're wrong, you're just looking at them, and then already you missed the proper move because you're already behind, because you're at the wrong bias. But that's also something I want to work on, by the way. That's my number, I guess, number 4 for this year. Um, like when you switch bias, you need to be fast, right? Because you're already behind, because you're already either you're losing, your trade is in drawdown, and you have to either you stop yourself out sooner and already switch, or reverse the trade, or wait, reassess. But then when you reassess, you miss the move, right? Well, you have to wait for the next one. But when you have an open mind, I realize when you have already an open mind, like, oh, I can be wrong, and if so, I need to switch. Then you're able to do that. I already have your scenario printed out, like, okay, if I'm wrong, then this, if then, blah blah blah. So then you're able to make that move and still have a good, proper risk reward. Because a lot of the times when I used to do that, it would just be a chase. I just market order in, but then I wouldn't even put a stop loss in because actually it was already moving, right? And sometimes you're lucky, it will go up, but most of the times you're either too late already and the move has already, it's done. So that's why an open mind is very important. And never use I'm 100% sure, uh, because then you close up your mind already. That's the reason also. Uh, Hello, open 3 minutes. All the best for you. Yes, Mr. Chaos Factor, all the best for you. Let's wait one more macro, and then we're going to call it the London session. I just want to see one more, because a lot of the times when we get the move after 4, we get a little bit more expansion. But look at the 4 hour now. It doesn't look like an expansion candle anymore, right? Look what it's doing. It was a very tiny. It's a doji, back it is. This was just literally the move here from here. No, I'm staying on the 9 minute. A failing trader. Oh. Welcome to the club. Hey, listen, I like your name. And health product reviews. Thank you for subscribing, guys. It's a kind of self-protection for me. Failing trader, it is only temporary. You're in a learning phase. And at some point, you will have to change your name into successful trader, profitable trader. But I hope you don't bring yourself too much down, because it's all temporary. It's all phase we're in. We're all failing traders when we start. So, okay. So I had a request to go to a different time range. Now I can do that, but I just want to see where we're going on the higher time, because it gives me a little bit more clarity. I just want to see if we are stopping here and if we're respecting this breaker, because that will give me my entry to the upside. That's a lot of love and kindness. Lift yourself up. Oh, well, hey, listen, your name is actually a good name as well. Um, because when I talk to you and I say, "Hey, lift yourself up," it's already a positive affirmation, right? We have to be nice to ourselves. It's a difficult thing we're doing. It's not easy. We're being challenged all the time, and yeah. Look at all the imbalances that it's leaving behind here. I guess that was what you want to show on the 3 minute hammers gamers. Inversions, a lot of little imbalances. Are we already in the macro though? Here we go. Okay, let's see. Melting trade, the first time, open the 3 minute chart, price has swept Asia. Yes, we know hammers. We know that Asia was already swept at after midnight, but that doesn't mean, that is such a. I mean, just because Asia is swept doesn't mean we can go up further higher. That doesn't. That is such a beginning mistake that you made. We already swept Asia very, very early. We already swept Asia here at half an hour after midnight. Then we went into Asia and we went higher. Don't make the mistake, guys, that if Asia is taken, that it's always a given that you go back down. No, there are so many other things you need to take into account. Do not make that mistake. Just because Asia is taken doesn't mean you're going to the opposite side all the time. There are a lot of evidence that time didn't line up for us during London that we would going lower as well because we didn't form. We created a London low at 330 and we were still within the Asia range. We already swept Asia here. Hey, Chart Trader, hope you're feeling better. Been mixed morning today, little happy metals at better PA. Okay, yeah, I didn't look at the metals. We're just gonna watch this price action. I'll give it 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna go to the beach. Gonna go for my nice daily walk. Okay, let's see. We're gonna hold this breaker or not. Let's see if this breaker holds or gives a. Let me see what the poll did. I'm not anticipating any more for any of this price action. I don't like how the 4 hours looking anyway. I mean, 70% yes, reversal at 5 a.m. Yeah. So here we were 4:26. We're at 5 o'clock already. Let's see. We created these lows here at 3:26. One hour. All right, 5 o'clock almost. Let's see. Do you do TA on stocks? No, I just do literally only NQ and gold. Actually, we haven't touched gold for a long time. But are you on X? I have Hammers Gamers. Please don't tell me what I need to do on my chart. I do whatever I want to do on my chart. If it's a distraction for you, I'm sorry, but then it's just. I'm not going to change my trading style for anyone. So you do what you want to do, I do what I want to do. And otherwise, I'm sure there's other people around that suit your trading style better than I do. Do you do? No, I don't do to A on stock. Um, I just do NQ and most likely ES maybe at some point. There are many different ways to fit. Yes, exactly. I find it astonishing that people come on your screen and tell you exactly what to do. Why would I change my ways? So arrogant. Ugh, people are so annoying sometimes. My brain maybe works a little bit. Maybe my brain can process a little bit more data than your brain. I don't know. 5 o'clock. Abdul, I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then I'm going to enjoy my beach time, do some exercise, enjoy the. Is it still sunny? Yes, it's still sunny outside. Um, if I'm looking now at the higher time frame, we might, I don't know, it doesn't look like we might consolidate a little bit here in this area. We're still in the breaker. So the system should be on your mind, not on the chart. I think that's a very stupid remark because for me it's all visual. I'm not even going to engage with your kind of um, with this rhetoric because it's just I'm not going to waste my time on that. I make money with all my lines and I make money with all my the things that I use. At some point, it will get less, but if I need them, I need them. Um, I mean, who trains with their mind? I mean, good luck to you. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna let it go. Just 2 past. We'll give it 8 more minutes. Let's see what guys is doing. Mm, mm, 5 past 5. You know what I think I need to do? I think I need to trade without all you guys telling me what I need to do. When I change it one color, someone else doesn't like it. If I change it to another color, someone else tells me he doesn't like it. I already changed it to gray because some people said white was too white. So let's see. You cannot satisfy everybody. That is how it is. Okay, we have a nice wick here on the 1 hour. So let's see the 4 hour. I think maybe the 4 hour might even turn bearish. Yeah, see? I don't think it will take out another low on the 4 hour. Let's see what the 4 hour does. Another hour, 505. Ooh, actually, this is interesting. I'm actually not so sure. Let's see if it makes its way back up. And it turns green again. Let it go. They are here, and so am I. I learned to not to tell you what to do. Yeah, exactly. But if I go on someone else's stream, I don't feel the need to tell people what to do. It's really, I think about some things, but if they ask for advice, I give it. But I just find it really weird. Like, hey, you know what? I'm on your stream, but you know what? I'm just one person, but I think you should do this. And it's not really meant like good advice. It's not like constructive advice. It's just what you want, but it's not what I want or what maybe I don't feel comfortable. I hate black, for example. Are you South African? No, I live in South Africa, but I'm not I'm Dutch actually. So we're sort of close, yes. But I'm Dutch, but I live here, yes. This is my home. South, how do you know? Oh no, Biscuit, we talked about it, but I know you were here, but I'm not South African, but I'm Dutch. So we have similarities. Now, what I like, exactly around 5 o'clock, we retested the first presented fair value gap of London. So I'm wondering if we still have an hour to go in the 4 hour. Now, I wonder what's going to do. We left a lot of imbalances behind. My mom's South African, speaks a little Afrikaans. I live in AK. Where's AK? Chatting is very paradoxical. It seems very personal, but often it isn't. Oh, you're Dutch as well. Lift yourself up. Oh, interesting. Where are you from? Are you still in the Netherlands? I didn't know that. Oh, AK Alaska, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Hey, oh, it's cold there. How is the weather in Alaska now? You're in Amsterdam. Ah, how is it? How's the weather there as well? Okay, let's see, guys. Well, I still had this level here that I don't want to short before we go up here, 25,998-ish. No, I didn't know. I thought maybe we'll get there maybe later today. Let's see if it's gonna spike up. Oh, yeah. The only thing I really miss from the Netherlands is the haring and the licorice. Obviously, well, we do have licorice here, but it's very expensive. And just snow 2 feet, and you can't see 20 feet in front of you. Cool today. And when you would make me really jealous in the Netherlands, I mean, I love my weather here, but if you would say, oh, I'm going to ice skate now today because we've got, it's really winter, that is something that I miss, just really ice skating on the canals and stuff like that. But we don't have that winter a lot. But that's the only thing of winter that I really like. That it's nice. We have very sunny weather. We have everything is it's cold though, but it's like we can ice skate in the canals and on the natural lakes and stuff like that. That is just magical. Um, that's the only thing I miss from winter. Don't get me wrong. The rest I really don't miss. But that will make me jealous. Yeah. I'm late for work. I must go back to tomorrow. Okay. Yep. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm also gonna. I just want to see now what price is doing because I'm quite curious now to see. Um, we're above 4 o'clock again. We're above 3 o'clock. We're above midnight. Um, I was actually thinking we should be around midnight again, around 5 o'clock, but we're not, and we're actually bounced off that first percent fair value gap of London at exactly 5 o'clock. So that's hmm. Just thinking, like, what are we doing? Are we gonna go? So we use this bullish fair value gap here. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it holds. Ten past. Is my chart? My chart is not moving. Is it frozen? There's no movement. Oh, it's just slow. Okay. I was like, oh my god, it's something. What's going on? 11. Now let's see. It's interesting to see. Okay, I'm done watching this price action. Okay, well, so just let's go over what we've been doing today. I'll go back to the 15. It was quite an interesting session, to be honest. I started out being bullish, then I changed my bias to bearish, and when we were here, it was wrong because we were going back up, and actually it was ES that made me change my mind. Especially the opening range gap here. We were here, and let me go. We were back into the opening. Was it here? Yeah, around here. And I was like, oh my god, this looks so bullish now. And then we started making that move up from here. But on NQ, if you look at the same, the opening range gap, it didn't look as bullish as ES. Then we went up into this fair value gap, and well, ES went into this one here eventually, and Q only went into this one. So there was SMT here, right? And Q created equal highs here now, and now it's going lower. Now I still think we're going one more leg up into NQ, but the question is when. So we went into this little imbalance here. So obviously that gives us the move to the downside. So let's see. Are we going to get a TGIF today? Could be. I mean, we are quite close to the weekly high. Let's see where we're at. We're hanging around 20 and 30% here. So let's see if we can get over this 20%, which is exactly here. Once we get over the 20%, we'll go for the highs here. I think it's on its way up to. I don't think we're gonna go much. Maybe just manipulate into one of these wicks. Let's see. I think it's gonna take its time to work itself through this wick. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Any questions? So TGIF is only based on daily progression. Also, if I can correction Friday after open. Set an alert on Asia and London liquidity. No questions. Oh, it's already Friday. I wanted to say I'll see you guys tomorrow, but it's Saturday tomorrow. I'll see you guys in Monday, London again, or I'm just gonna stream if I see if price action is doing the same like yesterday. I'm not interested. Oh, look at it. I like how it's moving. If it's a nice, if it's better, if it's like this, I'm not gonna even watch it anymore. But if it's nice, I'll do a stream. If not, I'll see you guys Monday. Again during London. That's just London will always be there, and New York is just I guess extra when I feel like it. Sometimes I just trade by myself, but we'll see. I want to do some 1 or 2 hours in London, in New York as well. Maybe PM session in the week. But we'll see. Hey Abdul, I'll see you soon again. Everyone, love you long time, and I hope you have a good weekend. If I don't see you anymore today, enjoy. Enjoy, relax, and have fun. Ciao, ciao.